What's going on, guys? It's Crater. I'm back with a new video, and this is part 1 of my WWE 2K18 Universe Mode Draft. This part will feature the top superstars that be chosen to be on Raw or Smackdown Live. Now here are the official rules for my Universe Mode Draft. Number 1, Raw has the very first overall pick, which basically means Raw will be picking their superstar first, following suit SmackDown Live will be picking their superstar next, and then keep going back and forth until we completely split the roster in half. Number 2, tag teams count as one pick, which basically means that teams like the New Day, the Usos, Cesaro, Sheamus, and Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins will be considered as one pick. You have the option of separating them, but overall the tag teams will be counted as one pick. And number 3, 205 Live in the Cruiserweight division will be part of the brand who has the most Cruiserweights, which basically means the Cruiserweights are not relegated to one specific show. So you can have an instance where there'll be some Cruiserweights on one show and some Cruiserweights on the other show. But basically whoever has the most Cruiserweights will have the 205 Live show as well as a Cruiserweight Championship. So with that being said, let's start off the draft by showing you guys the first overall pick for the Raw roster. And the first overall superstars to be drafted first to the Raw roster are none other than the current Raw Tag Team Champions, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. And Lunatic Fringe and the Kingslayer will be sure to be making their presence felt, not only in the Tag Team division of Raw, but in the entirety of the Raw roster. The first superstars to be drafted to the SmackDown Live roster are none other than the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions, the New Day. And the next superstars that will be drafted to Raw are none other than the tag team of Cesaro and Sheamus. They don't raise the bar, they are the bar. The former tag team champions will be sure to be showing their dominance on the Raw roster. No flips, just fists. This next tag team to be drafted to the SmackDown Live roster are none other than the former NXT tag team champions, Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder, The Revival. The next superstar to be drafted to the Raw roster is none other than the current United States champion himself, the phenomenal AJ Styles. With him bringing the United States title to the Raw roster, the US Open Challenge is sure to follow. So which superstar will step up to face the phenomenal one? They have been reborn by fate. The next superstars to be drafted to the SmackDown Live roster are none other than Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys. The end of days are upon us, as the next superstar to be drafted to the Raw roster is none other than Baron Corbin, the former Money in the Bank winner and the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. This superstar has all it takes to become a world champion himself one day. The next superstars to be drafted to the SmackDown Live roster have been down since day one-ish. Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. This next draft pick is a perfect 10, as Ty Dillinger is officially joining the Raw roster on Monday night. He'll be sure to be making a huge impact as well. The first female superstar to be drafted to the SmackDown Live roster is none other than the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion, overall longest reigning NXT Champion in history, the Empress of Tomorrow, the undefeated Asuka. The first female superstar to be drafted to the Raw roster is none other than the former and inaugural SmackDown Live Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. With her straight fire attitude, she hopes to become the next Raw Women's Champion. The Queen herself, Charlotte Flair, is officially joining the SmackDown Live roster. The next female superstar to be joining the Raw roster is the moonwalking Staten Island princess herself, Carmella. The Boss, Sasha Banks, is officially part of the SmackDown Live roster. The first Cruiserweight to be drafted to the Raw roster is none other than the King of the Ropes himself, one of the finalists of the Cruiserweight Classic, Gran Metalik. The next female superstar to be joining the SmackDown Live roster is none other than the Queen of Hearts herself, Natalya. The next Cruiserweight to be drafted to the Raw roster is none other than the current Cruiserweight champion himself and the King of the Cruiserweights, Neville. The Goddess, the only female superstar to have won both the Raw and SmackDown Live Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss, is coming to SmackDown Live. The Monster Among Men, he leaves a path of destruction anywhere he goes. Braun Strowman will be part of the Raw roster. The former NXT Women's Champion, Bayley, is the next female superstar to be coming to SmackDown Live. The Beast Incarnate, the Conqueror, the reigning, defending, undisputed, Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar, will be joining the Raw roster. He is the artist. He is the rock star. He is the king of strong style himself. The former two-time NXT champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, is coming to SmackDown Live. The leader of the Roman Empire, the big dog, the former tag team United States and WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns, is a part of the Raw roster. The glorious Bobby Roode is officially coming to SmackDown Live, and it's about to be glorious. Female superstar to be joining the Raw roster is none other than Dana Brooke. The next superstar to be joining the SmackDown Live roster is none other than the modern-day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. Her goal is to make the Raw Women's Division all about her. Emma will be joining the Raw roster. He is the first ever Universal Champion. The leader of Balor Club, Finn Balor, is joining SmackDown Live. The Fashion Police has arrived. Tyler Breeze, Fandango, Breezango are now officially part of the Raw roster. He is the A-lister. He is the former Intercontinental, United States, Tag Team, and WWE Champion. The Miz is joining SmackDown Live. The Eater of Worlds himself, Bray Wyatt, is officially part of the Raw roster. SmackDown Live has just made the list, as Chris Jericho is officially part of the SmackDown Live roster. The underdog from the underground, Sami Zayn, is officially part of the Raw roster. The next superstar to be joining the SmackDown Live roster is none other than the former NXT, Intercontinental, United States, and Universal Champion, Kevin Owens. The one thing I have to ask everyone is, who wants to walk with Elias, as he'll be joining the Raw roster? The Viper, Randy Orton, is joining the SmackDown Live roster. He is a certified G and a bona fide stud. Smack Talker Skywalker, Enzo Amore, is officially part of the Raw's Cruiserweight division. The Bulgarian Brute, Rusev, is officially joining the SmackDown Live roster. Summer Rae is the next female superstar to be joining the Raw roster. The next superstar to be joining the SmackDown Live roster is none other than the Destroyer, the former two-time NXT champion, Samoa Joe. And the final superstar for the first half of the draft for the Raw roster is none other than the 16-time world champion, John Cena. And the final superstar for the first half of the draft for the SmackDown Live roster is none other than Akira Tozawa. And with that is part 1 of my WWE 2K18 Universe Mode draft. Part 2 will be coming soon, but first we will dive into which championships will be part of Raw and which championships will be part of SmackDown Live. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked today's video, make sure you hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to stay on my channel. Social media links are in the description below. And with that, this is Crater, signing off. Catch you guys later. See ya.